Okay, you know what's crazy? I'm starting this video, but at the end of this video, there could be books in here. That's bonkers to me. Okay, we're starting the final phase of painting. I know I mostly just film you guys for this room, but I've been priming for days and days and days. It's never ending. So much primer, paint. You can't see, there's a little baby and she's covered in paint. This is old paint. That's how much paint. Do you remember the overalls in the beginning? Covered in paint. These were like new Toms. We're gonna be putting color on the walls. Not today. But eventually, in this video, there'll be color on the walls. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys, we are in the next step. I finished priming the whole house, and now I can paint the whole house. I'm very excited. My hair's kind of cute today. I don't know if it'll work, because I have to put a bandana on it. I am sick of brushing paint out of my hair. It hurts so bad. And I have a hair appointment coming up, and I don't want my poor hairdresser to have to deal with it. Well, it's actually not so bad. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, I'm gonna do the ceiling one more time because I had to wash them and then I had to prime them and now I have to paint them and then I'm never touching the ceilings again. Ever. Unless, like, God forbid, catastrophic things happen. Okay, there's the walls before. And I'll be back with an after. Okay, here is the before. I'm so excited. It's now a good time to tell you that I'm actually afraid of ladders and heights. That's why I prefer my tiny little step stool, but I am cutting in the edge. Fuck me. I am cutting in the wall to ceilings. And I did a practice run in the, can you even see me? I don't think you can. Oh well. I did a practice run in the guest room, in the closet, and I remembered how to do it. It's been a while since I've done it. I used to be able to cut in edges like no one's business, but I went to practice. But I didn't want to do too much practice and then get to this particular section in the house and be like a little tired or lazy. So I'm gonna do it first because this is probably the most important section because my husband's head is gonna look up right here for the rest of our lives. And if this is not perfect, I'm gonna cry. When I tell you I would rather be diffusing a bomb right now, please know I'm being serious. This is going to work. I'm doing manifestations. Talking out loud actually helps me concentrate. I shouldn't be chewing gum right now. Oh my goodness, if that's not straight, I'm literally gonna cry. Like straight up cry my eyes out. The problem is it's not like a clear, like, you won't notice it unless you're like right up on it. I don't know if you've ever done this before, if you've ever like looked at the ceiling to wall joint, but it's not, it kind of has a curve in it. So it's actually quite difficult to like get a real, I'm literally shaking. When I tell you, like, brain surgery would probably be less stressful to me right now. I'm literally sweating. And I know it sounds dramatic, but I understand the way he is. Like, I know I'm being like, he probably comes off as like kind of a jerk, but I'm the kind of person who also, like, if I notice something, I can't unnotice it. And I don't want him to notice this forever. That would suck. Every night when he goes to bed, just noticing a tiny imperfect line. What do you think? Straight? It's so hard to see. Oh. Did you see that freaking line? That was pretty sexy. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty sexy line. That was the most important section. Isn't this a pretty color? It is a pretty color. I picked it, it's fine. It's like the illusion of a straight line, which is such a weird concept. Like, I know you won't really be able to tell until like the whole wall is done if it's actually straight. But I don't know, that looks pretty damn good to me. Yeah, that's my color. That's my girl. It looks a little bit more... Color theory is weird. I swatched the walls yesterday and I like started to panic because some of the colors I picked look different on the walls than they look on anything else. Like even this, like, you see that color? Man. See, it looks like gray, but then it's like tan. Gray, tan. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't show you, whatever. I was severely hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but that was kind of stupid, but I didn't think I was gonna have to do this, but I have to do another coat. I don't want to. Because like you guys aren't really seeing it, because I don't think you guys care. I really don't think anybody cares about the rest of the house. I think it's just the library, which is like the point of a Bookish channel. But it's not just one room. It's an entire house. I want to be done. I want to be done. I want to be done for so many reasons, mostly because I'm done fucking painting. But I also want to be done so we can like move on. I want to move on. It looks pretty good in here though, doesn't it? I'm kind of like, I'm so scared that I picked like the wrong, is it weird? I'm scared that I picked the wrong color. Hang on, Lillian, ADHD brain. Let's focus here. Finish your sentences. But I'm also like scared that I kind of missed the white on white. Like, I am not a white on white kind of girly, but I just think the lighting was like so beautiful. It's okay. The second coat will probably go by faster than the first coat, you know? And I don't really need to go close to the, oh man, the edges look pretty sexy, not gonna lie. I don't need to go like, I don't really need to like do like that close edging work. I just need to touch up the tops where I was too afraid to put my roller, because I did it on one spot up here. I did it twice yesterday and that made me want to throw myself out the window. So I'm gonna have to like touch up a few spots with extra ceiling paint, but that's why we keep our cans, because they you can't always get all the paint out of the can, so I always use those as my like touch-up bits. It's my tip. So yeah, I've been sick of wearing the same 3 shirts, so I have sacrificed. This one's really cool. Can I just like undress for you guys? I got this at the Hosier concert I went to, but he does all of his artwork, which I just think is really neat. But I feel like Hosier is okay with me cutting up his merchandise and then putting paint on it. It feels like the vibe. Maybe I should listen to Hosier today. I've really just been listening to Sleep Token for like 2 weeks straight, with small breaks. of like Arctic Monkeys and a little bit of Taylor Swift. But maybe I should do Hosier today. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna. Today feels like a Hosier day. So yeah, there we go. I'm procrastinating. I don't wanna. I'm so done. Even just to move on to another color, I feel like would be fun. But my roller is this color right now. So this is the color it will be that we're working with today. It's done. It's done. It's done. She finished. Next is flooring. She finished just this room in the bedroom, but like she finished. She done. Something is bothering me though, because this color is so weird. This color is so bizarre because it's not what it is when you swatch it, and then on camera it is not the right color, and like I'm scared that you're never gonna see it for the color that it is, which is bizarre. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what's going on. Because it looks like a dark brown and it's not. It's not like a tan color. It's like a, well, maybe it is like a tan color. It's more of like a pink clay color almost. And it's not translating, and it's driving me kind of crazy because why? What's the point of, you guys are never gonna see it for the color it is. But you see my sexy edges? Look at them. So crisp, so clean. She did such a good job. Now I have to go do. Now I gotta go do the rest of the house. Ooh, I should show you the flooring. I'm really excited to show you the flooring. Okay, I had to go run and find it. Whew. This is our flooring. It's like a red oak. This is actually kind of funny. So Monsieur actually does he cuts trees. He like logs. His grandfather has a logging business and he's been slowly taking over for his grandpa. And what they do is they cut down the trees and then you bring them to like a mill, and they mill out the good logs, and like they'll send them like wherever, and that's where you get like 2x4s and blah 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 blah. Sometimes flooring. So Monsieur found like a listing on Facebook for this flooring, and it was kind of neat what happened, because we've always wanted like a very specific kind of flooring. We wanted like really wide, like even if we could have found like a reclaimed, like if someone tore out a bunch of like 5 or 8 inch like pieces of flooring from like an old barn or something, we probably would have done it. But we found this listing, and it was like 2.5 hours away from home. And we drove there on a Sunday and we picked it up, and then we were chatting with the people. So they are remodeling a home, their retirement home. It's this like older couple. And this lady was like, this is the flooring she wanted. She wanted a 5-inch, really rustic looking like hardwood oak flooring, and her husband didn't. And so she found a mill in New Hampshire, which is where we are, and she drove 2.5 hours away, and she bought like a bunch of flooring and then called her husband and said, well, I bought the flooring that you didn't want, so now you have to come and pick it up. And so he hauled the big old trailer down, picked up this flooring from New Hampshire, and then drove it all the way to where they live, right? They unpackage all of this flooring, bring it all in, open it up, and like they didn't lay it or anything like that. But then he looked at it like one time and he's like, absolutely not, I do not want this. And so then they listed it on Facebook. And we bought it for a bulk price. So it came out like quite a bit cheaper than if we had bought it from like, even probably from the mill. But the ironic part is like, there's a pretty good chance that Monsieur brought the wood there. And it's just like one of those full circle moments. Like we don't know, and I don't know which mill she bought it from, and there's tons of mills in New Hampshire, but there's a high percentage that it comes from a mill that we bring logs to, which is just hilarious. So that is kind of the fun story about this. So it went from New Hampshire to where they live, back to New Hampshire, and now it's ours. And we have a big old trailer heaped with it. We ended up buying more than what we need for our house. We'll have a bunch extra, but the way that the pricing works out, we still made a deal. We scored. We scored, I guess, is what we should say. So yeah, so it's gonna have this nice rustic-y look, and they're kind of like puzzle pieces. You can just like slot them in. I'll try and get a video of the guys doing it when they do it. But yeah, and we're gonna try and keep it the same color because we like the color. So we're not gonna like stain it or anything. We're just gonna seal it with like, it's kind of like a wax almost. So they'll lay it, then I'll sand it. We'll rent a big sander, sand it, and then seal it, and then it's good to go forever, basically. I mean, you have to refinish your floors every once in a while, but yeah. I'm literally on the floor having an existential crisis, mostly because I'm really tired and I'm done painting, but I'm not done painting. I will never be done painting. And I was like, what's the point of having a pretty wall if it's never gonna translate in your content? Because that's all my life is now. It's just about the content. And then the sun came out, and I don't know. Oh my goodness, watch, the sun's gonna go away now that I'm like, ah. What do you think? I think the color comes out way better this time of day. I don't know. Here's it like a little bit closer in. It looks so much more brown on camera than it is in real life. In real life, it's like this like pinkish coffee frap color almost. So these are the pre-finished floors in the library. Sorry, I don't have good lighting. The sun's not quite out yet. It's pretty early in the morning. It has been so long since I have been able to film a library update, and there's two reasons why. The first one is the jump scare, because I think the last time I was able to record an update was in June. So I'm gonna do a little bit of jump scare, time jump. If you don't follow me on any other social media, well, I moved my filming setup, but look at that. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see? Yeah, I got a big old boy inside of me. He doesn't get in the way of my filming for sure, but he does slow me down, and so it took me a while to finish painting the rest of the house, which was fine because we had other things that needed to happen before we could do the last step in the library process anyways. So really quickly, I want to recap what got finished. Obviously the painting got finished. Well, I'm never gonna be done painting. I'm gonna die painting this house, I think, is what I've found out. Manic laughter time. So the floors did get finished. So I just wanna if anybody was curious on, cause we did 5-inch red oak. What am I trying to say? 5-inch red oak. And when they laid it, if anyone's curious on how we laid it, in the process of laying it, they put a glue down and they nailed it. So because it's wider planks, people we talked to who do flooring were like, you really want to make sure it's really secure, and with wider planks, just nailing it really isn't enough. So I would do both. So we did both. They did like a row, they would glue it, put a row down, and then they would nail it. My husband did pretty much, he had a little bit of help, but he finished most of it himself, which is incredible. Then they did a little bit of, they did it one sand, and then they did this thing. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can show you. So with this red oak, they came with like, it's a really rustic wood and rustic flooring look. And so they have like lots of knots. And so with the knots, yeah, okay, I can do it. They have like natural holes in the wood, which is beautiful. And it is just really nice, but dirt and stuff can get trapped in them. I can't bend like that anymore. And that's not what you want. So what they did was they got this, like, they make this like filler stuff for it. And so they've puttied all of the holes on the floor in the house. And then they sanded it, and then they put a sealer down on top of that. And it's just like a, kind of like a roller, I think he like rolled it, to be honest. So the floors are done. And then before we can move on to the final step in the library process and the bedrooms, there were two things that had to happen before, not two things. There's two more things that had to happen before the library was done. The finish electrician work, which did get finished. So we have beautiful can lightings. I'm not an overhead lighting kind of girl, but I really do actually like these lights, and like outlets and stuff are all done. Light switches, all that stuff is done. And then the next and final step is the trim. And the trim just got finished, like literally a day ago. And I don't like trim. I know, somebody arrest me. I think trim ruins a good wall. Drives my husband crazy, because I was just like, when he was like having me pick trim, I was like, what's the least obtrusive trim we can find? Because I don't want to take it, like, I like my walls. I like walls. But we ended up with a standard 5-inch, just regular. Like, we didn't go any kind of fancy, because I didn't care about it, because I don't care about it. It's the one thing I don't care about in this house is the trim. Before we could do the trim though, we had to get the rest of the house up to speed. So like, we had to get our finished cabinets in the kitchen. We had to do the tile work in the bathrooms and get our appliances and everything like that, so that it could all just, like, we had to get everything else up to where the library is, or like the bedrooms or like the playing rooms. So that has finally been finished. We're so crazy close to being done with this house. It's actually bonkers, which is a good thing, because we ended up getting our little time crunch decided to be like, hey, you guys are taking way too freaking long on this house project, so I'm gonna make sure you have it done by February, which is when the boys do. So yeah, that's why it took so long to get here. And now we're here. And so we have one more process left, and then I can start moving books in. And the last process is I have to fill in the trim nail holes that got nailed into the trim, so that we have a flush look, and then paint. Ugh! And I have never seen my trim paint. Like, I picked it out in May, and I literally never even opened it again. I just picked a random, like, nice white color, like softer white color. Never even seen it. We opened up the can for the first time since May, and we got a bad bucket. I didn't even know you could get bad paint. So we had to, I would have started earlier, but we had to go, or like not a few days ago. I would have started like yesterday. But I had to go and get a different can of paint, because our paint was like really bad. It was just really bad. So I'm gonna do that in a spackle. I'm gonna show you that process, because it's really simple. And I think somebody taught us like a really quicker, easier method to doing that. Did you guys come in the house? My dogs just came in. They just realized I was hiding from them while I was filming. Yeah, but you guys are noisy, so that's why I was doing that, you know? And also, before I paint, I need to, yeah, people are like, just wait until you have kids. And I'm like, I don't need to wait. I know what it's like. I know ball. Girlies. I need to do a quick mop because there's a lot of like just dust on the ground and I don't want that getting picked up into my paints. So I'm gonna do that as well. So I'm gonna do a quick clean, finish filling in the holes, and then we're gonna start painting. And then we'll be done, and then we'll be done. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, working with the Forbidden Fluff, and I'm filling in the, let's see if it'll focus, there we go, the holes, those little nail holes. And we have a friend who does this kind of stuff for a living, and he said to just use this like spackle stuff instead of like wood putty, because you can just put it down and scrape it in and you don't have to sand it, which is nice. So that's what I'm gonna do. Technically, I feel like that's kind of like a landlord special, but we are the landlords and it is special. Here it is, all finished, empty, in her glory. And I'll show you from the other angle what we're working with here. One more angle, just because this is gonna be my it was once empty memory box. I just want to show you that the day that I am allowed to actually start moving my books in, we're supposed to get 10 inches of snow. Literally just my luck. It's done. It's done. Finally finished. I am so excited. I'm so excited. We finished painting the trim, aside from, as you can tell, the door. And that is because, there's a reason why I didn't paint the door, or any of the doors actually. And that is because I've decided I think I'm gonna just paint the doors a different color, but I haven't fully conceptualized thought into my head, and I'd like to marinate on it longer. And if I do paint the doors, they're gonna be like a dark color, and I haven't decided how, like what dark I wanna do. So I just wanna like sit on it for like a tiny bit longer before I commit to anything. And I didn't get any B-roll of me painting the trim because it was just me like bitching to the wind about trim. But it does look really good, and I am proud of the job that I did, even though the thing with painting that people don't really realize, especially when painting a house, is like you can't be perfect, and I am a perfectionist, but like the lines between a ceiling and a wall is just a theory. It's just a thought. And same with like the lines between like your trim and the wall. It's just like the illusion of a straight line. And when you're like this close and you're painting, you're like, it's not straight. It's not straight. And you keep trying to straighten. The more you try to make it straight, the worse it looks. And then when you're all done and you've like you've kind of just like given up on life, and you like step back and it's all dry, you're like, oh wait, it kind of looks straight. So if you're painting and you're like getting really frustrated that things don't look good, just like let it dry. Don't like give yourself a single thought until anything is dry. And then don't look at it with your eyes, look at it with like your phone camera. And if it looks good on your phone camera, nobody's gonna notice anything. I promise you, nobody's gonna notice anything. It's been very therapeutic to my perfectionism. I'm gonna end the video here at the end process in the construction, because the next part is all just the fun, aesthetic-y, putting together shelves, which I'm really excited to talk about what we decided to do. And I think for a lot of people, I didn't even know about this system, and I'm just gonna say it, but I think a lot of people are gonna be very interested to what we're gonna do. If it works right, hopefully it will work right. And I just want to say thank you to people watching who wanted more videos of me doing this, because it was really, really cathartic to me to like talk to the camera and like really process out everything and like share things. I know a lot of people have been following me for years as we've been working on the house, and like have been there through the whole process with us. And I really just am really thankful, because it's really special to us, but it's also really special to me to get to share it. Like there's like some kind of joy that I get out of sharing the process, because I know we're not doing things conventionally, and maybe people are scared to do things on their own. And I know that my husband is incredibly He's incredible, but I do think that you can do it. Like, you can do anything, in my opinion. You could build a house on yourself. Like, I really do believe that. After building a house, kind of yahooing into it, I think that people can do it themselves. And yeah, and I just want people to know, like, you can wabi-sabi it, you can kitsugi it, and it will be fine, and nobody will know that your windows maybe were sitting in a field for 5 years and had mildew on them. But once you clean them up, perfectly fine windows. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's okay to reuse, repurpose. Everything's fine. Your house will still be beautiful. That's all I want to say. And I'm just gonna immediately jump into, I'm gonna finish doing the outro to this, and I'm gonna immediately jump into the outro to the other video. So I'm gonna see you in 1 second. I'm gonna look the same, but it'll be a different video because we got things to talk about for shelving. So, bye.